Hey, this is the Prophet with Nick Black. It's time to chit chat. You know nothing about blockchain. We here to fix that. You want the news on them new stocks? This where you get that. So go and grab you a nice chair. It's time to sit back and talk to Prophet. Hey, hey, you talking to the Prophet? Hey, hey. We talking condos and nice clothes and driving Lambos. I remember them night codes, we couldn't stand those. We tried to drive on them high roads, but had to stay low. Now there's solutions to hard bills we couldn't pay for. I talked to Prophet to get some profit, we couldn't change the top. If it's a stock and I need to cop it, I wait for him to drop it. Ain't no option, let's get it poppin'. We chillin' in the trap. I need some crypto, put it in my pocket by any means I rock. This is the Prophet with Nick Black. It's time to chit chat. You know nothing about blockchain, we here to fix that. You want the news on them new stocks? This where you get that. So go and grab you a nice chair. It's time to sit back and talk to Prophet. Hey, hey, you talking to the Prophet? Hey, hey, you talking to the Prophet?
So, Ethereum proposal EIP-1559 goes off without a hitch. And Ethereum's fixed. 2.0 is here. Oh, wait. No, it's not. It's going to be a while, years. One of the guys at Ethereum, Drake, was not Drake. I forget what his first name is. Mr. Drake, we'll call him. He said in a couple of decades, you're going to see the full. A couple of decades? Bro, no. In a couple of decades, you'll see Ethereum for what it's true. Man, crypto hasn't been around for a couple of decades. Can you imagine how much different the space can be? Anyway. All right. Let's say hello to Biotech Breakout, Andy Panda, Stress Relief, Joe Pirate, Hootie, Virilo. Let's say hello to Scott, YOLO Buck, Biotech on the other side of it, and Todd, Joe Fernandez, ¿Qué onda? Professor XRP, Brendan, Bitcoin Candy, Jerry, of course, Michael, what's up? Proctologist. Let's go ahead and get started. Don't be a lurker. Say hello in the comments. Let us know you are here. So we're going to talk some crypto tokens. We're going to talk little game theory, some cognitive bias. We'll look at some things. There's some things to look at, and we'll look at those things. But first, let's go take our commercial, non-commercial, with zero commercial break, and we'll be right back. Oh, there is an article. You know what? Let me see. Let me see if I can find it, because there was an article I think is worth. What? It's so weird. It's not showing up. I put it up here on this little. So I have this little list. I've linked my phone. So whenever I find a really cool article that I think would be good for us to discuss, I put it on my phone. I link my phone messages to my StreamYard thing, and every now and then it kind of just erases them. But, yes, here we go. Okay, I got to touch two buttons. 1, 2, this one. See, when we do the other stuff, when we do the money map stuff, we already have, we have a producer who does that, Eric. Well, today, no Eric. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's go with some little chill music in the background. Okay, I wanted to read this first because I thought this would be a cool kind of backdrop for since we're out of the panic selling woods for now anyway, we'll talk a little bit about panic selling. Panic selling is crypto investors' biggest mistake, new survey reveals. Really? Out of every 1,021 US-based crypto owners, 1/3 have already fallen for a crypto scam via emails, websites, and fake mobile apps. Yeesh. So those are kind of two disparate things. It's almost like the title of this story and the bulk of it are different, but let me not bury the headline. The importance of storage and passwords is best known by crypto enthusiasts who know how easy it is to lose access to their digital wallets. A recent survey conducted by CryptoVantage named Coin Storage Security a close look at crypto storage and passwords, aimed to identify investors' sentiment towards the safekeeping of their crypto investments. Now, I'm sure they're going to tie this into panic selling in any minute. Based on the cryptocurrency's owners' responses, most chose to store their digital investments on crypto exchanges, with Coinbase sitting in first place at 34.7%. Wallets from Binance and Robinhood also hold a large user base for storing crypto, approximately 25 and 26% respectively. Can you imagine the rubes that have their crypto? They think they own crypto on Robinhood, to find out you don't own anything, and there's a good chance that Robinhood doesn't own it either. By the way, Robinhood stock yesterday, they had to put the circuit breaker on 3 different times. It was going up so fast. Does that make sense based on what we know? No, but again, markets can behave illogically a lot longer than you can remain solvent, which is why you don't take leverage, especially in crypto. Some 73% of the respondents sided with the American finance company SoFi to be the most secure crypto. Okay, well, I guess of the 1,000 people, of the 1,000 people that were interviewed, which is not many, although less than 9% use it as their go-to wallet. Trying to understand investors' take on storing crypto passwords, the survey found that 61% of respondents believe their crypto passwords were safe, while 12% felt theirs were not. If you're in a poll and someone asks you, do you think your passwords are safe? And you answer no, change your GD passwords, dummies. That means there's 12% that are like, yeah, people probably steal all my stuff. That doesn't make any sense. People are so stupid. Surprisingly, crypto investors are widely divided in how they opted to remember passwords to their wallets. The top 4 methods to remember passwords included password managers, 26%, handwritten notes, 18.6%, password safes, 15%, and taking screenshots. Oh my God. Dummies, don't screenshot your passwords, you rubes. If they get your phone and they get all your stuff. The best thing, listen, if you want to keep passwords on a phone, and I don't think you should, keep a separate phone. You know, when you upgrade your phone, keep an old phone, which you then password protect and all that kind of stuff. And then in the phone, you have a section, I know about Android devices, I'm sure you have something like this, where there's like a safe. You have a safe on the phone that uses biometrics and a password, and then you can have your other stuff in there. That's as far as I would go, but even that's an attack surface. Just be very careful. 39.7% of respondents had previously forgotten their crypto password. 95.6% were able to recover. Now, that means that 4.4 were not. Out of the lot, 87.5% have used a recovery service to retrieve their lost and forgotten passwords, which highlights the potential to seriously alleviate some fear and trust issues among current and potential investors. The unfortunate investors who lost complete access to their wallets ended up losing $2,134 on average. You know what that tells me? These are on the lower end of crypto investors. Because if the average loss is, if you lose access to your stuff and the average loss is $2,100, hey, it's not nothing. It's money, right? I would love to have an extra $2,100 right now. Anybody who wants to send me $2,100? Don't take it and buy Cardano. Don't cry for me, Argentina. But $2,100 is still great. It's not like you wouldn't pick that up if it was sitting on the side of the road. Like, oh, look, $2,100. Forget about it. So take it seriously. But this is going to be, we talked about lower IQ investors. Yeah, it's going to be that a little bit. So yeah. And by the way, Crypto Gamer 420, good to see you. Rune, yep. Rune is cracking. Quant, I don't really follow Quant. I'm just not, it's not that exciting to me, but it's good that it's up for those of you that are in it. I just don't think it moves the needle that much, but good. Render is also crushing it. We'll get to that. We'll get to all the fun stuff. But anyway, let me continue with this because it is important to put in the back of your brain. In addition to scams and password management, the survey investors showed panic selling as one of the biggest mistakes, 38.2. So let's call it 40%, followed by investing everything in one coin, 32%. You have to be an effing dummy. Please, please do not be one of these rubes that has all of your token. Apparently it's 1 in 3. 1 in 3 of the marginally low IQ crypto investors, as we determined, has all of their assets in one. All of their currency units converted to one crypto asset. That's fine if you're 10 days in and you bought Bitcoin. If you're 11 days in and all your money is in one asset, you got to be a dummy. You tell me there's only one thing in crypto that's worth having, please. Professor XRP, I think you're with me, and we know what this one coin is. Rough. Although maybe now it's Safe Moon or Cum Dumpster or one of the other ones. God, there's so many stupid coins. Anyway, and the kind of whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't want to bash people for being so stupid. Running parallel to the findings above, Cointelegraph reported a study on U.S. consumer sentiment toward crypto payments. Based on the 8,000 survey, that's a little bit better sampling. 59% said they have never held crypto, who have never held crypto are interested in using it to make crypto purchases. Okay, well, you'll kind of have to, right? Additionally, more than 60% of surveyed crypto owners indicate their interest in making online purchases through crypto. I think that would be cool. At first, I was like, I would never spend my precious digital assets on stuff, on currency things. But I might, if it was very easy. And let's say I was going to buy some Bitcoin. Well, then I would spend some Bitcoin, put some currency units in, and buy some Bitcoin. Why? Because it keeps circulating upward pressure on the token. Because it's taking Bitcoin and moving it and using it in commerce, which is valuable. And then I'm going to buy more Bitcoin, which is buy side, right? Bidding it up, so to speak. So cool. Yeah. So let's get over. Let's look at prices. Let me see if there's anyone that I missed. Let's see. Phantasmagoric, good to see you. You got a good. Yeah. That was a good play. Hootie. Yeah, Render's dope. McNabb, Belinda, what up? Let's see. This is going to be a tricky one. Abraham P.F. World or Abraham World. Good to see you, Gordon Bennett. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Tom, good to see you. Cassandra. Who did we miss? Tony, Demayan, Belinda, Lori, Luis, Elipal. I think that's got every. Yeah. Okay, cool. Everybody's here. Now we can go. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's talk about the cryptos. Let's talk about prices. The Bitcoin currently stands at 39,269. It popped down to 38 flat, 37,890, whatever, last night because it didn't hold 40. Oh, it didn't hold 40. You know what? It's not at 29 like it was like a week and a half ago. So cool, bro. The Ethereum. So Ethereum, the upgrade went off without a hitch. There was no hiccups. They kind of knew it would. So this is the London upgrade. And one part of that, there were 4 kind of main things that were initiated, but one part of it was EIP-1559, which apparently everything's fine. It's now burning 20 to 30% of the fees per block. So that's kind of cool. That's good. Does that make Ethereum deflationary? No, because there's no cap. This is the thing people are missing. There's no cap on Ethereum. Now, maybe they'll solve that, or maybe they'll have an inflation rate that matches the burn rate, or maybe they'll have an inflation rate that matches the expansion of the it doesn't matter. It's when you hear these people talking, it's deflationary token, it's sound money. No, it's not sound money. It could be money if it extinguishes debt, but it's not sound money. That's a ridiculous assertion. When you hear people making the sound money Ethereum argument, say, cool, then why the F do we burn it every time we want to make a transaction? It's gotten to the point where it's not, Ethereum's not fees. Ethereum is gasoline that you light on fire to get transactions done. You grease the wheels. It's the little bag of money that you have to give to the city permitter guy to let you build that garage so that your grandmother can come live with you. That's what it is. So don't try to let's not try to don't buy into the current hype of it's the sound money and we're going to make it. It's going to be better than Bitcoin. Nah, look, the next Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Ethereum is great. Ethereum will eventually scale. Just like Mr. Drake said, hey, in the next 20 years, we're going to get to see it. That being said, Ethereum not scaling, the global state problem, all these things being said, one problem Ethereum doesn't have is price. It's going to be just fine. It's going to keep melting up. It's still number 2 on the call sheet. The Cardano, $1.38. It's melting up. We got further information from Charles Hoskinson yesterday. And so here's what it looks like. There will be a likely hard date for the hard fork combinator event. It looks like it's going to be August 31st, which means they would initiate it on the 26th, 27th, or 28th to hard fork. And then they have, if there's failure to launch, some kind of bug or something like that, then they'll launch it 5 days later. So they would then initiate it on the 1st, and it would go live a few days later. With it, because it's each epic, they have to wait till the next epic to launch it. They launch it and then it goes live in the next epic. Okay, why is that cool? Well, this is cool for a lot of reasons, but as you guys know or may not know, there's actually a prediction market that's a lot of money is betting that they will not launch smart contracts by the beginning of October. But smart contracts are already running right now in the test environment, and they will be running on Cardano. My guess is by September Uno. So it's here, it's coming. I'm very excited about that. So I think as the lead up gets closer, in about a week and a half, when we get a hard date for the hard fork combinator event, then I think we probably see a lot of enthusiasm toward Cardano. Then we see more enthusiasm as it rolls out. People start waiting to see what happens. By the way, we got information from Charles also that already 1 million people in Ethiopia are starting to leverage Cardano for, I believe, student records. And that's through, I think, Atala Prism. But anyway, that's kind of cool. So there's already 1 million users just for one specific asset purpose, right? That's pretty cool. So we'll see how that goes. Polkadot having a pretty good kind of resurgence, up 26% on the week. It's doing quite well. We got Matic, $1.05. It's a little flat on the day, but it's up on the week, flat on the month, down a little bit on the month, but it did a 48x this year. So that's, that's pretty cool. A lot of people did really darn good on that one. Theta, $6.44. What does that mean? Well, we don't know. I don't want that one. I want this one. Okay, the VeChain approaching 9 cents. Good for VeChain. I would be looking for exits. I would be looking for points where you can pull some profit off the table and put it into either park it in stablecoin and play the ranges, or I don't know, man. It's VeChain is not something I would buy anymore. Okay, Filecoin, kind of flat. Cosmos starting to creep back up. It's having a pretty good week, up almost 11%. Engine, they launched another token yesterday, Efinity. No one cares. Near is melting back up. It's up almost 10% on the week, 10 on the month. Cool. Nexo keeps climbing back up. It's up 4 on the day. All green candlesticks. The 24, the 7-day, 30-day, The 1 year, it's looking pretty good. I have an inkling, Nexo really does well in these better markets. And if we get into some enthusiasm again, my guess is this token starts to move again, and we see it build up. But on the other side of it, when there's some kind of chaos, some kind of unwind, some deleveraging, whatever, Nexo takes a beating, because for a lot of people, Nexo is a pile of cash sitting in their Nexo account that they can use to offset losses. Now, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that if they weren't leveraged. But it is what it is. People take leverage no matter how much we scream it, no matter how many times they get beat up. They're going to continue to do it. People will continue to be stupid until they give all their money to veterans. It is what it is. Flow is doing quite well. It's up again on the day, month, week, year, They've got a lot of cash, still below $1 billion market cap. So I think this thing just keeps on keeping on. 1 inch is starting to climb back. It's up 7 on the week. Staking on 1 inch right now is like 17%, which is dope. Graph token is pretty flat, but it is up 13% on the week. That's good. OGN, I'm having a hard time caring about OGN. But it's a cool company. They just don't know what they want to do. Now they're turning towards NFTs and all this kind of stuff. Like, calm down, guys. Figure out what the hell you want to do. Telcoin, it's kind of quiet. It's down on the month, week, year, day, except for it's not down on the year. It's down on everything else. This is a pure profit play for me. It was a Cointelegraph Pro play, and it worked out. And so I'm sitting on profit. So I'm not inclined to sell it. It's a free position. I'm going to let it go, because sometimes these 1 or 2 cent tokens are all of a sudden 10 cents. And then I would be looking for the exits. Rune, Thorchain, it's up 3 on the day, 46 on the week, almost 15 on the month. And that's after they had that flash attack, they call it. That's where the liquidity pool got drained like a mofo. So what? They don't seem to care. And apparently enough people are supporting the idea of Rune, which I am too. So I'm invested in that. I added a little bit. I didn't take as big advantage at $3. And the reason was I was a little bit concerned too that they got pilfered. And I wanted to see what the final value, how much damage they really took. It wasn't that bad, but there you go. Rune's bouncing right back. I think my average price is 9 something, because when it went up to 19, so I was originally getting in around 10 and 11. When it went up to 19, I dusted off a bunch of tokens. And when it came back down to 10, I bought all those tokens back. So I kept that spread, which lowered my dollar cost. I didn't do it with the whole stash. I did it with like 20-25%. But that dollar costed me down from 10 or 11 down to like the low 9s. So that was so I'm basically at break even. I'm obviously not going to be a liquidity provider based on what happened a few weeks ago, but I would be willing to do some staking when that we can do that in a meaningful way. AR is flat. Fetch. Jesus, man, partnership after partnership after partnership. These dudes just partner with Bosch. They partner with everybody. These dudes, they are the truth. So when you say, well, where's Fetch going? Think Fireblocks. Fireblocks is connected to who? BNY Mellon. What is BNY Mellon? 42 trillion in assets under management is what BNY Mellon is. Or custody or management. It's not all managed. It's custody management. It's a big bank. It's the biggest bank in the Fed's group of brokerage, prime brokers, broker dealers, right? Which serves as a middleman or a warehousing agent between the Treasury and the Federal Reserve. So it goes Treasury. Here are these little T-bills, T-notes, bond, Treasury bills, notes, bonds. Here you go. They sell the banks in the middle. The prime brokers sell some of those to the peeps, some of those to other governments, push some of that into repo. And then the Fed will occasionally, more often than not, do balance sheet swaps of funny money onto those banks' balance sheets with bank reserves, which, again, those bank reserves cannot be used in the free world. But the Fed believes that makes banks behave in a certain way. And what we found is the certain way they behave is they stop lending and they start gambling. And then you repatriate them, not the Fed, the Treasury, through some kind of stimulus mechanism, repatriates them for their failings. It'd be cool if I could go to Vegas and just gamble everything over and over and over, all of my friends' money. And then if I blow up, I can just go to the Treasury Department or, to the powers that be and be like, hey, man, COVID. Like, what are you talking about? COVID was long. Yeah, COVID, though. Okay. Audio's bouncing back a little bit. It's having a not terrible day. Render, $1.03. It was a little bit higher, had a big spike, but look, we're over $1. We're up 3 on the day. We're up 43% on the week, 43 on the week. We're up 95% on the month. That means if you had been following this, since we've been following it, you just doubled your money or more. But sit back, relax, I would build this one. Staking is coming also, and I think that's going to be exciting. NKN is slowly melting up. I can't hate on it. I don't know what they're doing. It doesn't seem too valuable, but you know what? It keeps slowly melting, so I'll continue to slowly accumulate less losses in it. Singularity DAO, she's the belle of the ball today. Up 19.29%, up 42% on the week. So similar to Render's numbers. Staking for Singularity DAO. Now, SDAO is a different project. It was under the umbrella of Singularity Net, AGIX, but it's its own project. Staking is now available, and I think the staking, I'll tell you exactly what it is. Let me see. Brave, 1 inch. Yeah. Let's go see what staking is paying in Singularity DAO. It looks like, that's dope. It is currently paying 31.35%. Yep. 31.35% is what Singularity DAO staking is. And it's very easy to stake. You just go to the app, stake. It's just the same way you did it with Flow, same way you did it with Fetch. Beautiful. So we'll see. Matrix AI, it's up on the day, down on the week, down on the month. Remember, this is the scammy, pumpy, BS kind of wannabe AI token. But if people go price fishing, which they always do in these, whenever the markets turn positive, they start price fishing. What's cheap? And then people go, well, if that became the same price as the next one, yeah, it doesn't work that way. You have market caps, you have circulating supply, you have insider supply, you have all these other factors. People just look at the price and they say, if it's 2 cents and it went to $2, I make 100x. Yeah, that is mathematically accurate. That's just not human real world accurate. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Scott? Susan Denver, what's going on? Steve, Dubai Money, what up? Regulations, infrastructure bill. Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. And let's talk real quick. AGIX, Singularity Net, Dr. Ben Gortzel, probably the smartest human creature on earth, even if he might not even be human left. Let's see. Nick, staking DAO through the portal isn't available until later in August. That's weird, Jerry, because I'm staking it right now. I earned 12 tokens over the last 2 days. Jerry. I will show you, actually. Let me do this just so you can see, because I don't want someone to do it wrong. I don't want you to do it wrong, mates. Let me pull this up. Boop. Now it's an option. Boop. Okay, you'll be able to see the tokens I have on there just for the staking of this one. Okay, I think you can see it. So there it is. On this one, I've got, doesn't matter what I've got, Singularity DAO Beta. What is the website? Let me give you the web address. It is app.singularitydao.ai. I will put it in the comments. Bam. So, yes, it is available. And as you can see, the APY approximation is, if you look on the right side of the screen, 31.35%. Yes, it ends in 14 days and they recalibrate. And so they basically have a certain amount of SDAO that's going out every day through staking. So yes, if you have some SDAO, I would stake it. Don't provide liquidity. Don't yield farm. And while I think these are safe ways to do it, don't. The risk is not worth the reward. Yeah, you may earn some more tokens and all this kind of stuff. I think the risks are too great. Just stake it. Protect the network. Stake the network. You don't need the extra you're getting 31%. Jesus Christmas. What else do you need? All right. So that's going good. So let me dust that one off. Boop. Okay, and let's go. Let's go over here. Why don't we do this? Why don't we do our cognitive bias, because it's a quick one? Flare Finance. God, what a dumpster fire that is. Let's do our cognitive bias. And let me get down to it. Availability bias. Ooh, this is an easy one. This is an easy one. It's a fun one. Let's do it, and let's do some open Q&A. And I will address that question about the infrastructure bill and what my thoughts are. Okay, the availability bias. When people overestimate the importance of the information that is available to them, even when that information is very limited. Yes, we don't want to do that. Do not overestimate. Okay, example. A person who might argue that smoking is not at all unhealthy because his grandfather lived to be 100 years old while he smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day. Obviously, they're ignoring the possibility that their grandfather was an outlier and not statistically typical of people who smoke 3 packs of cigarettes a day. This is kind of common sense, but apparently not. If you're doing some research and you only have 1 to 2 tiny little bits of information, that's not enough. Don't make a decision if you don't have enough information. Just don't make a decision. Just wait. Yeah? Okay. FedEx. Give me 2 seconds. I probably should answer this. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do. That would be funny if you guys could hear it. Hello? They were trying to sell me something. If it was going to be a cool one, I would pipe it through. They were like, my name is Aaron and I'm a sales. I heard the word sales. I'm out. I thought it would be cool if we could do, there is actually functionality for a kind of call-in thing. The phone is hooked in to the, you can't see it, but there's a big board here with all these colorful buttons. So I could take calls. Jerry was doing something like this. Jerry had a call-in show. It was kind of fun. We should try that again, Jerry. Just have a whole hour on your Friday night show where we just do call-ins. Anyway, so that's the availability bias. This is just about weighing information and making sure you have enough data points to make a statistically sound decision, right? So reduce it to common sense, bros. Reduce it to common sense. Okay, let's do a little open Q&A. I'm going to put the old price box back up there. Give me just a second. Stop this one. Let me share. I wish you could have 2 screens that you could interchange. Maybe you can. Maybe there's a way to do that. Okay. Ooh, you know what I'm going to do? Let's do this. Let's have some fun. I'm going to, let me stop this one. Let's try this. I'm going to bring up application window. I'm going to bring up the Theta chat. Ooh, that's kind of cool. So we got our Theta chat in the house. Let me close this little guy out. What's up, Thetans? Boop. Okay, so let's see. I'll go backwards to work my way up. Let's see. We got Crypto Gamer. We got Hootie. It was about the extended warranty. Probably these people need to. StakingRewards.com is the best place to research when staking. That's probably a good idea, but a lot of their calculators are flawed. Like I don't know if they get current numbers, or I don't know how current their numbers are. Lupino, what's up? And so I've checked a few times and their numbers are typically a little bit off. Let's see. Nick, Hootie asked, Nick, do you know where one could stake, fetch, or render? Okay, render staking is not available yet. Fetch, yes, you can definitely stake fetch, and I will get you that address right now. It is staking.fetch.ai. Okay, and I'll put it in the comments. I'll put it here since you are over here. Oh, it doesn't, yeah, because it never lets you do, if you have first, they don't let you do links really. Anyway, I hope that's good. Staking.fetch.ai, that's good for you. All right, numbers might be off, but it gives you an idea. It does give you an idea, Crypto Gamer, and the other cool thing is it gives you a little staking calculator, so that's kind of cool. Convert to, no, don't use that one. Convert to mainnet. You don't, Solid Gold, you don't have to. They will do the conversion. And that's an easy one. And while you wait, you get paid in Atomics token. So, I mean, you can do whatever you want. I'm telling you where I stake. I stake it right there. It's very easy. They're going to do the conversion, so I don't have to go messing with the Cosmos Station wallet and all that other BS. They're going to do the migration. I'm going to let them do the migration. I'm not going to go try to be very clever on the side. If you've got a big platform that's going to do all the work for you and it's the main one, use the main one. And it's the Ethereum one because there's only an Ethereum fetch token right now. They're going to do the transition. At least that's what their Medium says, and that's what their Telegram group says. So, yeah, it may be twice as much, but if you get it wrong, your stuff is gone. This is the thing. If you get it gummed up, look at all the people that are whining that they can't get Cosmos Station working. They're having trouble on this, on that. I would just say, I try to idiot-proof everything. And I don't care if the difference is 10% versus 15% or whatever. Yeah, it's 50% more. Yeah, on an asset that can go up 30% in a day, the yearly reward is very minimal. We're really we're like very minimally, none of this stuff is that important. We're fighting for 2, 3, 4%. Yeah, that's fine if you're in fixed income or some high yield junk. But in crypto, is 5% worth the effort to lose your stuff? No. So I just say reduce everything to the simple. Always reduce to the simple. Atomic Wallet. I don't know anything about Atomic Wallet. I've never used it. The same thing with Voyager. Never used it. I know some people that use it. I've heard people that are happy. I've heard people that complain. So I spent 100% of my motorcycle insurance check on crypto. Nice. Hopefully you didn't get injured in the process. Cake, 98 APY seems bad. Yeah, but look, land deals. Do you trust Cake? Does anybody here? Let's hear it. You guys tell me in the comments. Do you trust swap platforms named after food products? Anyone? Pancake? How'd they do? Oh, that's right. They got pilfered. Of course they got lobster. What was it? Popsicle swap or whatever, the one that just got melted. Right? What kind of cake? I guess that's true. Good point. Well said. Stay away from anything Binance. Stay away from anything Binance chain. How you guys should know this by now. Guys, girls, pronouns undisclosed. Stay away from Binance. It is a dumpster. Yeah, dumpster swap. Stay away from Binance, man. Sheesh. Do I trust a company I've never heard of before with my IRA? Well, I would not. Think about this. Whenever you're going to make a decision, think about how much time and effort you took to earn those currency units. Are you comfortable potentially giving those away to something named after a food product? You know that Binance, it's not me. Ladies and gentlemen, fellas, it's not me that doesn't like Binance. Well, let me say this. It's not only me. It was just that I was only one of the first people that was saying something doesn't smell right about CZ. And then Antonio was with me. He and I were screaming this for like a year. Something doesn't seem right about CZ. Something seems sketch. The dude seems sketchy. Surprise, surprise. Do you think that they listen to Antonio and I? No one cares what we say. No regulators are like, I wonder what Nick thinks. Let's get our march. Nobody gives a two craps what we think. They also came to the same conclusions. Oh, and every other project on Binance gets pilfered. You can say, well, that's just because of bad code and bad developers. Okay. So maybe CZ isn't the piece of crap that I think he is, that apparently the rest of the world agrees that he is. And maybe it's just that everybody that can't code, that's what they do. They go to Binance and they release a stupid product that hasn't been audited, and 20, 30, $50 million just goes poof. Even if that's all it is, Binance still sucks. They extend 125x leverage to people that don't even understand what leverage is. You've seen these idiots. Here's what I know. Look at Twitter now. Look at Instagram. Look at people's profiles. You'll see a couple of key crypto investor, binary options trader. Oh, okay. FX trader, financial architect. Really? Financial architect? That's not a thing. But you know what it said a year ago? Unemployed, actress, TikToker, coordinated dance thing, glitch, people that fucking glitch. Come on, man. You just wise up. Don't do all this work and put your money in a place where someone can just steal it. You're just trading all those hours of your life. Don't be silly. That's Cake's. It's not Cake's fault. It's absolutely Cake's fault. And everybody, we talked about this like a long time ago. Yes. Their leverage is now 20x. Think about that, land deals. Oh, Binance you're defending them. By the way, the max leverage is only 20x. Do you know what it used to take to get 4x leverage? You had to be a somewhat educated investor with minimum of $25,000 in your account to get a margin account. That's leverage. And that's 4x leverage. And that was a ridiculous amount of leverage. You're taking people that have zero understanding of markets and you're reducing the leverage down to 20x. That is still ridiculous and dangerous. These exchanges, the ones that extend this leverage, they absolutely want you to get smoked. You understand that? Because you're paying fees. Every 8 hours, you're paying fees. They want you to put as much money under leverage as possible. And they want you to be on the big side of the trade so that you have to service the debt on the other side of the trade. They're just a bookie. They're just sitting in the middle, stealing all of your crap. And those kind of statements, and I'm not against you, land deals. I get it. I get what you're saying. But when you defend those platforms by saying only 20x down from 125x, you're not defending anyone. Right? You're defending the same guy that's probably wanted in 10 countries now. No less than 10 countries. This dude is hop and skipping between both. He's starting to look a lot like, rest his soul, Mr. I'll eat my if Bitcoin doesn't hit $1 million, right? And, he's going to be on boats in international water and dodging, and he's going to get picked up. And CZ is going to be behind bars somewhere explaining himself to a bunch of people that may not. And listen, I want you to listen to the context of the 125x statement. We read the report right here where Bybit, FTX, which no one uses anyway, and Binance, they didn't do it to protect you, bro. They didn't do it to protect anyone. They did it to protect themselves. Binance is not doing anything to do you a solid. Do you think CZ gives a crap about you? Dude, how many government agencies, how many investor class action lawsuits have to go after you before people stop defending this mofo? CZ is a piece of crap. He is a thief and he is a liar. And now he's going to get called on the carpet and he's going to have to defend himself. They reduced the 20x leverage so that they wouldn't disintegrate their own platform because they knew that the cascading liquidations, they didn't do it for you and they didn't do it for investors. You guys are missing the point. They did it to protect themselves in a cascading liquidation event. They don't give an F about you, dude. You are a product. Land deals, me, Patrick, Professor XRP, Crypto Gamer. To Binance, we are a product. We are cows. And they will prod us and suckle us dry of our milk. And when that's not enough, they will chop our head off and we will be steak dinner for somebody. These dudes don't give a crap about anyone but themselves. There's a few of them and they're very sketchy. And guess what? They eventually end up running for the rest of their life or in jail. There's a reason. Look at the path. You look at what Coinbase did and you say, wow, how did Binance come along in 2017 after Coinbase had like a 4-year head start? How did Binance just come out of nowhere? And all of a sudden, woo, they're so big. Dude, They took a bunch of risks. They sold a bunch of clearly, obviously securities, and they extended ridiculous amounts of debt and exposure and leverage to people that don't understand it. That is how. And if you defend their behavior, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. Which means if you're missing the point on that, you're going to miss the point on bigger things. You're missing the obvious point. The 4x leverage in crypto is too much. 4. Yeah, that's it. That's their goal. You think CZ cares about you? Dude, this doesn't. See, here's the difference. Does Brian Armstrong care about you? No, he doesn't. I'm not defending Brian Armstrong. But look at how those two businesses progressed. Look at all of the stupid risks they took. And look what Coinbase did. They said, we're going to make some people mad, but we're going to follow the rules. And guess what? They followed the rules. And now they have a listing. And now they're relatively a sweetheart, although I don't like the idea that they tapped the public debt market a few weeks ago. They need more money. They just went public. Well, how much more GD money do you need? But they also intend to suckle us dry. But they're doing it the right way. They're not lying. They're not erasing tweets. They're not doing any of the kind of sketchy behavior that you see going on. And on the other side of it, they're not being like FTX exchange and Sam Fried Chicken Bankman, who just appeared out of nowhere a few years ago, is decided he understands everything, and all he does is marketing deals. You're like, but no one uses the exchange. Doesn't matter. We're going to have our name plastered everywhere. FTX. Right, but no one uses it, bro. It's not even legal in 49 out of 52, states or municipalities. Doesn't matter, bro. We're going to start at FTX US, right? FU, FTX. How about that? Fools in their money, man. Peeps use FTX. Bro, 1 in 100 people use FTX. It is such an illiquid platform. They're the other one that scaled back their 100x leverage to just 20x. Nobody's using it, bro. Not nobody, just very few people. And 0 institutional investors. 0. Not one institutional client. Yeah. Anyway, good. If you like sketchy stuff, use sketchy stuff. I'm not your broker, bro. I'm trying to save the average person from making mistakes. If you leverage exchanges where sketchy people are in charge, you get everything you have coming to you. If you invest in projects, if you provide liquidity, when you know it is risky, you deserve to lose everything to make your 12%, your 19%, or your 94% for 6 months, and then it's all gone. You say, oh crap, well, I was making 94%, but then it's all gone. Yep. And you deserve to lose it, because if you're taking those kind of risks, you get what you get. Give me 2 seconds. I've got to let in my guy. Bop, 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 bop. There we go. So people that behave badly deserve to get punished. Unfortunately, in this crypto space, I can scream it as much as I want. Jerry can scream it as much as he wants. It won't matter. It just won't matter, man. And this is the thing is, for you, land deals, for you, it's probably okay because you have more experience in the space. You know when to back out. The average person doesn't. The average person coming into the space, they don't realize how dangerous Binance is. They don't realize how dangerous illiquid exchanges are. You realize FTX is like, it teeters between 10 and 11. Can you name 10 good exchanges? No. Can you name 5 good exchanges? No. Think about it. Try to name 10 good exchanges. You're below the bottom of the barrel. The bottom of the barrel is like on the ground. You have to dig 700 feet lower to get to number 10. Yeah, it's so sketch. And so you got to think about that. Why would this dude who came out of nowhere, and by the way, I've listened to this guy talk, he is a dummy. Now, maybe he's playing the field or something. I don't know. Maybe that's his whole game. Like, you'll see. First, I'm going to be the everyman. I'm going to be the common man. My hair is fluffy, and I'm going to come out and talk about stuff, and you're going to like it, and we're all buddies. And I've been in the space 3 years, and then I'm going to show. But okay, but why are you spending all of your resources, all of your investment, not all, much of your resources on naming rights, on sponsoring esports, on all this kind of stuff, and none of it's on expanding your platform, providing investor protections, things like that? I don't know, man. I know a lot of institutional investors with a lot of money. I've got 2 billionaires on my cell phone. You know how many of them have even heard of FTX? Is that a clear zero? Is that a clear goose egg? Okay. That's like, it's right up there with like hit BTC, where you're like, ew, gross. Ew. Just be careful, man. God. And if you're giving people advice, so let's see. Gemini is junk. Yeah, Gemini is just so that the brothers can sell. But I will say this, the Gemini exchange experience is good, but and they're not out to steal from you, but you're in an avenue for them to sell crypto. Just know that. They're just mining you, and you're an avenue. But I don't mind that because they're clear about it. We have a bunch of Ethereum, we have a bunch of Bitcoin, and we're here to sell it in a way that's meaningful and get rich in the process. I'm okay with that. That is the American dream. Raw materials for a finished product for profit. Cool, fellas. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with entrepreneurship. I don't have to agree with the business model. What I don't like is lying to newbies, lying to the uneducated, and thinking you're pulling one over. If you're taking all the money you should be spending on infrastructure and you're putting it on naming rights and getting a patch and having a race car and all this kind of stupid stuff, I think to myself, that sounds a lot like Tron, a known scam. That sounds a lot like Justin Sun, a known marketer and an all-around garbage human. But okay, would he be fun to party with? Yes, Justin Sun would probably be a fun dude to party with. But would you want to drive home with him after the party? No, because very likely he's going to get pulled over with 10 grams in the glove box. And you're going to jail, explaining that you just wanted to have a night to party with Justin Sun. So Justin Sun is not like Jeffrey Gunlock, right? So just be careful that we don't confuse someone with some cash for someone that actually knows what's going on in the world. You got to be very careful. And, Buffett, well, let's talk about Warren Buffett, right? Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, they didn't just pass on Amazon, they passed on the internet. And they were very clear. They said, this is not something we understand. It's not like Paul Krugman, Nobel laureate, he didn't just pass on technology. He thought the internet would make no more of a dent in history than the fax machine. And this is a dude that won a Nobel Prize for economics. And he's kind of a smart guy. I've listened to Paul Krugman. I listened to one of his master classes. He's not a dummy. Paul Krugman is an intelligent dude. He just missed it. People miss it. But his intentions were not, duplicitous. You don't listen to Paul Krugman and go, this is a guy out to steal. This is a guy out to get us. No, he's just a Keynesian. That's okay, man. I don't mind a good Keynesian, even though he's an idiot. Let me say this. I don't think a lot of these people are inherently evil, even if the organization becomes psychopathic just because it's built on certain kind of philosophies. And as you add more, players to a game and, things happen in shareholder value and all this. I get it. I don't think Jerome Powell is a bad person. I think Bernanke might be a bad person. I don't think Janet Yellen is a bad person. She's an idiot, but she's an educated idiot, but they're educated in a certain way. They have a very narrow scope, and it is what it is. And they grew up before color television. We get all this. So what I don't like is people that know the rules, they're pretty intelligent, and they're out to get you. I don't think Zuckerberg's out to get you, right? Do I think Justin Sun's out to get you? Absolutely. That dude is frivolous. He wastes money. He lights money on fire. How about take the $4.5 million so that you could go have lunch with Warren Buffett and get some selfies? Why don't you spend $4.5 million and go feed about 1 million people in sub-Saharan Africa that are sitting on the side of the road dying of very curable diseases like hunger? Oh, no, I want to have lunch with Warren Buffett because I'm gonna tell him to buy some Tron. Justin's son, man, you're a dick. And so you see that kind of frivolous waste. He was the one that was bidding up. He was bidding up the auction that I was on in the Beeple. I think he ended up paying $900,000 for the same one, by the way, that I got for not 900,000. He paid 900,000. He was the second. He didn't even win it. But where do you think that 900 grand came from? Where do you think the 66 million or 68 million that he was bidding on for the Beeple, the everydays? Where do you think that came from? You, if you own Tron, dummies, you guys are financing this jackwagon. So when you see these people take money, especially if they have an exchange or if they have a project and they're flagrant with the money, do you think they're just flagrant with their own money? But your money is separate, segregated, and safe. He has your interests. That's what really matters. It's closest to his heart is your success. No, man. Jasnock, what's going on? BZ, what up, BZ? So yeah, so when Patrick says, so let's go through. Patrick has a good thing. Gemini junk, Kraken decent, Coinbase pure thievery. It's not thievery, man. They're so sketchy, and I don't like Binance US either. I'll tell you. Here's how I would rate them. Me personally, I would say ease of use. We still have to give it to Coinbase. It's still the easiest to use. So Coinbase and Coinbase Pro, as long as you know that shuffle, you're in good hands. You can also, it's for new people, Coinbase is the safest, period. Right? They've got the on-ramps, publicly traded company. They have too much to lose by pulling the kind of Binance, Bybit, Deribit shenanigans. Those last three will absolutely steal from you. Okay? Kraken's very good. Yes, I agree. Kraken is my second favorite, and they are the most secure as far as crypto, web and cybersecurity and things like that. Kraken's probably the safest. So I like Kraken. And for a lot of reasons, I don't like the order entry on Kraken. It's a little bit weird. But Kraken is probably one of my favorites. I like the way they do staking. So land deals on that one, I would agree with you for sure. I like Kraken a lot, but definitely Coinbase and Coinbase Pro, they're kind of together. Then you have Kraken. Then this is where it gets weird. It depends on where you live. Some people would say, well, Gemini is not a real exchange. Gemini is just a place for the brothers to sell you their stuff. So that's off the list. It's not out of the safe list. It's a safe exchange. They're not going to steal from you. They're going to sell onto your neck, right? They're going to step on you. They're going to only list assets that make sense to the two of them. And they're not a beacon of hope for crypto. They're not pushing the conversation forward. They're pushing their pocketbooks forward. And I'm okay with that. Good for them. Listen, this is their little off-ramp for tokens. Good for you guys. Okay. So where do you go? You could say, well, Bittrex is a great exchange, but there's no liquidity. That's the problem. So Bittrex would be my number 3, but no liquidity. Bitstamp is good. But very, very low liquidity. Then you look outside. What's my actual number 3 favorite? KuCoin. It's very easy to use. It makes a lot of sense. It's very elegant design. They've learned a lot from their peers. So I like KuCoin. Where do I go to get assets that I can't get on KuCoin? Gate.io. Yes, they've gamified the whole thing. There's a lot going on. I ignore most of it. It's an easy to use platform. It makes a lot of sense. It's very intuitive. You can dumb your way right through it. So for me, the list is Coinbase, Coinbase Pro, Kraken, KuCoin. Again, I like Bittrex, but Bittrex doesn't have the volume. I can never find good trading pairs on Bittrex. So I like Bittrex. It's in there, but it's not one of my go-tos. KuCoin and then Gate. If you have those and you have MetaMask, so you can swap, and you, because I occasionally I'll leverage MetaMask, but then I'll push stuff over to 1inch because sometimes I can get a better deal. Plus, you can do limit orders through 1inch, which is really cool. You can also, I think, you'll be able to do limit orders through Uniswap. So those things are really cool. I love KuCoin because Bittrex is really cool. Just the problem with Bittrex is just low liquidity. So those are my favorites. And you're telling me I have to go 5 more to find FTX? 5 more? There aren't 5 more, man. I mean, I guess I will never use Binance again. Matter of fact, I even got stolen from by Binance. they put it where they said, okay, we're locking out US clients. Come get your Polkadot. So I extracted my Polkadot and I had a few left. And they said, well, you have to buy more Polkadot to take out your Polkadot. I said, what? So I went to buy more Polkadot to take out my Polkadot. You can't buy, you're restricted. Okay, well, how do I take it out? You can't, you're restricted. Oh, so you're gonna keep that. That's y'all's. Y'all keep that. And you shut down my account. Yup. That's what they did. They just kept it and shut it down and said, send a service request, which I did. And they said, yeah, you can't get it out unless you buy more. I said, I can't buy more. You locked out my account. They're like, yeah, you can't do that. Nope, VPN wouldn't do it. They basically blacklist the accounts. So once they ping it that your IP is from the US and you have a US like passport and all that, because of course I did all my validation verification, a VPN won't cut it. Because what happens is they'll let you do 1 or 2 transactions through a VPN and then it'll catch up with you and they'll shut your thing down. And sometimes they'll shut it down halfway through. Like you think you're doing a withdrawal, they'll shut it down half withdrawal and just steal your stuff. So anyway, yes, I left some tokens over there and I just left. Done. I'm not going to be, and this was before every country on earth started shutting them down. By the way, Binance Smart Chain is now being investigated for fraud. I'm sure they're going to determine that it's just a bunch of bad unaudited code by Junior. But the problem is too many of these hits, too many of these pilfers are coming from the developer team. They're leaving backdoors and they're going in and they're using their governance token to essentially do a flash loan attack against their own liquidity pools, or they're just going in and stealing tokens, swapping them immediately before people figure it out. And then you wake up in the morning and all your stuff's gone. And that's Binance Smart Chain. It almost sounds like it's not smart. At a certain point, you say, well, it's just Binance dumb chain. It's Binance, whatever. Anyway, so yeah. Your liquidity provider on KuCoin. Yeah, I know. I'm not doing liquidity. I'm not going to do any liquidity mining. It's too risky. I know that you're probably making a lot, and I like KuCoin. I like their token. I like all the things they're doing. It's just I'm not going to be participating in that. It's too much risk for me. Okay, final question. Jaznock asks, Nick, do you keep more coins in wallets or on exchanges? Wallets. I get as many things as I can off of the exchanges and staked directly to their main nets or as close to it as I can. I go with simple. I go with easy. I've made far too much to give it back doing something stupid or to fat thumb it. So yeah, just don't risk. And if you're going to risk, you don't get to complain. You can't do both. You can't take ridiculous risks that you know are unwise and make returns that are great for a couple of months. And then when you get blown up, not if, when you get blown up and lose everything, you don't get to whine about it. You don't get to go complain and be sad and jump on the Discord and say you guys suck and go into the Telegram and this is bull crap. No, you don't get to say that. You gave up your right. You gave up your constitutional right to complain the second you started making 1 penny from those douchebags. 600% APY. And how long do you think that's going to last? Come on, man. Oh, God. Be careful, everyone. There's a lot of ways to give all your stuff back. Okay. DEX is 1 inch. I like 1 inch. I like 1 inch a lot, and I love the staking. Okay, let's call it a day. Stay out of trouble. Stay in school. Jerry, if Jerry is still with us, Jerry, what do you got on your show? What is going on your show tomorrow? So if Jerry can, if he's still here, if he can reach out, I'd love to just give a little plug for Jerry's show, which is a great one. And hopefully you guys will tune in. I will just have a quick note. We have another deal working with a company where it's, and I'll give you more information next week, but basically you can watch streaming content, things like that. So like this show will be there. Okay, cool. John Deaton. Cool. So Jerry's got John Deaton on tomorrow. You'll be able to watch content, but they have an exchange wallet hooked up. So let's say you're listening to somebody and they're like, buy Apple at and do this and buy these options and call spread and all that. You can go click, 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 and you can follow, you can do the trade that they're talking about in real time. Is this cool or is it dangerous? Well, yes, it's cool. It's probably dangerous for some reasons. I mean, people that are given to whimsy, it's like QVC and trading all in one. Is that dangerous? It could be. It could be, but if the content is good and the people that are providing content know what they're talking about, then it could be good, because then you might FOMO into good projects at good prices. So if it's done correctly, which I think they will, because I talked to the people that are involved, and it's a really cool, it's a good group of people. They have the best intentions. Hopefully they will continue that. And if that's the case, I think this could be something very interesting. I'll talk about it more in the future, because we are all talking and see if we can come to an agreement on something. And if that's the case, we'll have another outlet for our content. We'll have another group of peeps. We'll have some live chat. We'll have some cool stuff. And maybe we can melt everyone together, and we can get off of the YouTube, and we can melt everyone together into a platform where it's a little bit more comfortable, and you have some more ways to leverage the space. So we'll see. Maybe even like an options Friday when all the new options change drop, and we look at, trading options, doing all sorts of cool stuff. So yeah. Anyway, yes. So all sorts of cool stuff going on. Yeah. Ethereum's doing great. Theta's doing great. Who else is doing? Of course, SDAO at $1.90. Whoosh. It's doing great. So, okay. Cool. Let's call it a day. Let's call it an evening. Let's call it a week. Stay out of trouble. Stay in school. For those of you on the Telegram or in the Twitter, I will, whatever the show that we do tomorrow, I will repost it on there for you, and you can check it out. And for those of you that wanted, yesterday we did a Q&A called Office Hours. It is on the Twitter. If you just want to go look, it's also on the, let me put the link up here. I don't know why I don't throw it at the top. Crypto, it's the one where, I'm going to bring it up, but let me just go here. So that's the Telegram group. For those of you that are curious, crypt.me/crypto-in, like Krypton, I guess, coffee, and then email if you do have something really random you want to talk about. Also on Twitter, Nicholas Black 60. Cool, bro. We will see you next time. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything my poor insolvent drunk, strung out on meth grandmother wouldn't do. She doesn't leave much. And she freebased Clearasil the other day. She said that was a mind bender. Now she's on ayahuasca and formaldehyde. So she calls it Indian water. I don't even know what that means.
Hey, this is the Prophet with Nick Black. It's time to chit chat. You know nothing about blockchain. We here to fix that. You want the news on them new stocks? This where you get that. So go and grab you a nice chair. It's time to sit back and talk to Prophet. Hey, you talking to the Prophet? Hey. We talking condos and nice clothes and driving Lambos. I remember them night codes, we couldn't stand those. We tried to drive on them house roads, but had to stay low. Now there's solutions to hard bills we couldn't pay for. I talked to Prophet to get some profit, we couldn't change the top. If it's a stock and I need a cop it, I wait for him to drop it. Ain't no option, let's get it poppin', we chillin' in the trap. I need some crypto, put it in my pocket, by any means I rock. This is the Prophet with Nick Black, it's time to chit chat. You know nothing about blockchain, we here to fix that. You want the news on them new stocks, this where you get that. So go and grab you a nice chair. It's time to sit back and talk to Prophet. Hey, you talking to the Prophet. Hey, you talking to the Prophet.
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.